You are sitting at a dinner table with a group of friends. They are debating a popular movie. You have a very strong opinion about it. You want to speak, but instead, you stay quiet. You nod your head, you smile, and you let everyone else do the talking.
It is incredibly frustrating. When you're learning English, it's much easier to just agree with everyone. Expressing a personal opinion feels dangerous. What if you use the wrong word? What if you sound rude?
Welcome back to the Learn English podcast. I'm Marcus, and today we're fixing that exact problem. We're going to teach you how to express your opinion in English with absolute confidence. We will cover the exact phrases you need to share your thoughts and how to disagree with someone politely. Joining me today is Oliver, a professional communication strategist and debate coach. Oliver, let us start with the most common mistake English learners make when giving an opinion.
The biggest mistake is overusing the phrase, I think. When you start every sentence with, I think, you actually sound unsure of yourself. It weakens your statement.
So, if we want to sound more confident and fluent, what should we say instead of I think?
A fantastic professional upgrade is from my perspective. It's very polite, but it establishes that you have a unique way of looking at the situation.
From my perspective, this software is too expensive for our clients. Wow, that sounds much more authoritative than I think it is too expensive.
Exactly. Another great phrase, which is a little more casual for talking with friends, is as I see it. For example, as I see it, the first movie was much better than the sequel.
As I see it. I like that. It's smooth, native, and easy to remember. Now, let's talk about the hardest part. You've expressed your opinion, but someone completely disagrees with you. How do you respond without starting a fight?
You must use the validation technique. Before you state your disagreement, you have to validate the other person's feelings. If you just say, no, you're wrong, the conversation turns into an argument. My favorite phrase to use is, I see where you're coming from. But this phrase tells the other person that you respect their opinion, even if you don't agree with it.
I see where you're coming from. That's a beautiful idiom. It means you understand the history or the logic behind their thought.
Precisely. Let's try it. Marcus, give me an opinion about working from home.
Okay, I believe that working from home makes people lazy.
I see where you're coming from, Marcus, but from my perspective, working from home actually increases productivity because people are less stressed.
That was brilliant. You completely disagreed with me, but I didn't feel attacked at all.
Let's put this all together for our listeners. Let's do a master role play. We're colleagues in a meeting discussing whether to spend our budget on social media marketing or television ads.
Perfect. Let's begin. So, Oliver, I really believe we should spend the entire budget on a television commercial this year.
I see where you're coming from, Marcus. Television reaches a very wide audience. However, as I see it, our specific target customers are mostly on their phones, not watching TV.
That's a true point, but a TV ad builds brand trust. It makes us look like a major company.
That's a fair point. But from my perspective, social media allows us to track exactly who is buying our product. It's a safer investment.
You know, looking at the data, I agree with you. Let's go with social media.
Did you notice how the phrases kept the conversation moving forward instead of turning it into a wall?
It was a debate, but it felt like teamwork. Oliver, this has been incredibly helpful. Before we close the session, what's your final piece of advice for an English learner who is afraid to speak up?
My advice is to remember that your opinion has value. People aren't judging your grammar, they're listening to your ideas. Start small. Use as I see it once this week. You'll be surprised by how much respect you gain just by sharing your thoughts.
Absolutely right. Your voice matters. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to the Learn English podcast. We'll see you next time.